You know, midlife crisis used to be like a thing only for men. Men would just go out there and buy Porsches in their 30s and 40s. Now women have midlife crisis because they're sad and lonely.
I'm going to be honest and tell you that I have probably been going through midlife crisis since my daughter turned 10. She'll be 12 in September. I had a extremely difficult time with her turning 10, and I felt like I couldn't even remember what she was like when she was little. We all say like time is a thief and yada yada yada. Yes, it's all true. However, I was so distracted by climbing a corporate ladder, by having a career, and I used to joke that I could never be a stay-at-home mom because I would lose my mind and not have the patience.
I mean, what do they say? Once your kids hit 18, there goes what, 80%, 90% of all the time you'll ever spend with them? Because they become adults. They have their own lives to live.
And I look back on that. Very regretful. Feel like I missed out on a lot of stuff.
And then men are the evil ones who are trying to actually give you this life. That want to try to give you this life because we're patriarchy.
And it's too late to go back in time and rewind. It never even crossed my mind when I was working to find a way to not work. Like it never even like came into my mind, which is also very difficult to understand, like how distracted I was. And I know hindsight's 2020. She's gonna be 12. She's gonna be out of my house in 6 years.
I mean, the Kool-Aid man came in and boom, oh yeah, and you drank that shit.
My son won't be too far behind. I'm having to sit with that. I think about it all the time. I don't know where the time has gone. I know that I wasn't where I needed to be. And I missed out. I don't even know what for.
So that's the thing. You actually don't know what you missed out on because you just weren't there.
A lot of regret. Being upset with myself for being like, why wouldn't you think that you shouldn't be at like spending time with your children when they're young?
Like I said, you drank the Kool-Aid. Oh yeah.
Hearing a successful career woman openly grieve missing her kids' early years for the corporate ladder is a sobering look at modern...
Yeah, because I'm sure at the 10 to 12 is when they start becoming assholes and not loving you as much as they used to. Puberty starts hitting around then or so. I don't know when puberty actually hits, but you know. Kids start changing in their teens.
...priorities. When the culture pushes women to sacrifice family life for corporate titles, it creates a deep sense of regret that no corner office can fix.
There's nothing that even men can fix for them, right? This is an internal battle for women to deal with.
How easily people get distracted by external status highlights why so many high-earning women eventually crave traditional dynamics. She will never be able to get those years with her daughter back, and her daughter missed out on her mom being there for her when she was most vulnerable.
I mean, that's what happened with me. I missed out on my parents ever doing any of the lovey parent stuff because they had to run the family business, right? They were busy trying to keep things afloat.
Not my problem.
How is it that Gen X women became responsible for 3 generations and everyone acts like that's totally normal? We're helping aging parents with doctor's appointments and medications and their declining health. We're still raising teenagers or helping young adults find their way. And at the same time, we're managing jobs and homes and relationships and our own.
So every generation before you that did the same thing.
Changing health, aka menopause. What's crazy is that no one calls that an impossible amount of responsibility. We just keep saying that women are strong. But women are not uniquely built to carry all of this. We have just normalized that this is a reasonable amount for us to carry.
When the cultural mandate tells women they need to single-handedly manage careers, aging parents and households without relying on traditional family roles, it creates a recipe for total exhaustion.
That's what I said. This is pretty much the same dynamic since the dawn of time. It's generational dynamics, right? But You just don't have a partner to help you with now.
Decades of glorifying hyper-independence convinced people that asking for help or leaning into complementary male support was unnecessary. And now
Our society's weird now. There's like that victimhood mentality, and then there's like the mentality I don't want to ask for help. And there's like not an in-between, right?
the reality
kind of need
has
an
come
in-between.
like a slap in the face. They find
Like if you're a true victim, ask for some help, right? But if you're not a victim, shut the fuck up.
finally realised the hyper-independent girl boss, do everything yourself role was too much to handle.
Why am I not surprised?
Do you ever think that we are a generation of women who fell through the gap? Because I do, and I don't feel like anyone's talking about it. I am 44. My marriage ended in divorce. The business I built over 8 years left me burnt out and then went bust. I'm approaching 45 with no pension, still renting my house, and a ton of debt. I recently posted about this, and
Loser! Lose her!
by the response it got, it seems there are a lot of us here. So if you're an older millennial or younger Gen X, do you feel like we've somehow been missed? Because I do. We grew up with traditional roles modelled for us. So our dads tended to have careers and our mums tended to look after the home. Then we went to school and suddenly there's all this opportunity and women can do everything that men can do. But our value was still kind of tied to finding a good guy and becoming a wife and having kids. So then we're just going to do it all. And we did. But then the economy got rocky and costs went up, but salaries didn't, especially for us. And marriages have...
It's not just especially for you, it's especially for everyone. Nobody's salary went up in the last 10 years.
started to end, and we've
Oh, except for
realised
rich
that actually
people.
maybe it's not possible to have a career and kids without killing ourselves trying.
Yeah, we told you that. Well, I always say it, you can't have it all.
Meanwhile, our parents are living their best lives with paid off houses and pensions, and Gen Z, who were born with smartphones and fluent in social media, are finding ways to earn money and have the time to enjoy.
So you're just a loser because you couldn't figure out the technology, or you didn't want to figure out the technology. Did you think you were too old to do it? But you know, that's where the money is. Like, I'm 40. I had to keep up with technology to keep making money because technology is where money is.
Their lives. And here we are in our 40s or 50s looking around wondering what happened, because this is not what we were promised. So if you're here too feeling like you missed the memo somehow, yeah, me too. But I am working on a plan which I will tell you about in my next video. But in the meantime, I would love to hear your thoughts on this.
a generation of women was told they could build a career,
So you can do it all.
raise a family, maintain a marriage, and somehow remain emotionally moisturized through all of it. The problem is, having it all quietly became being responsible for everything. And when the plan collapses, the disappointment often gets redirected toward men, marriage, or society
Our fault.
instead of the impossible blueprint itself. When an entire generation was taught to reject traditional partnerships in favour of trying to do everything alone, it created an unsustainable pressure cooker that eventually collapsed.
I just had like a 30-year-old epiphany where I realized that I actually really do want kids, and I really do want a husband.
Shocker. You wanted these things later in life, like everybody else that told you so.
And like a very put together life. Like I used to say like, yes, I want a husband, and I used to like frolic with the idea of kids, but recently I just had this moment where I'm like, oh shit, like I actually do want this. And yeah, I even got sad when like that time of the month came. It came and I was like, what? This is like, what is happening? I would never. So if you're 30 and this is happening to you, please comment.
Misery loves company. Society, the world has been telling women, you're going to have some struggles in your 30s. That's when things really change. That's when you really start yearning for kids. No, I'm going to still love my career and this and that. And now all these women in their 30s. Are anybody else in their 30s miserable and lonely like me?
So we know that we're not alone.
Hearing a woman hit that 30-year-old biological clock reset in real time is like watching an alarm clock going off, telling her it's time to wake up and smell the coffee. The casual fun of her 20s suddenly gives way to a deep primal drive for family and stability. Her entire matrix for choosing a partner radically changes. The guys who are fun for weekend adventures get swapped out for men who offer competence, emotional maturity, and long-term security. She might have come to the realization to start a family just in time before she starts to lose her eggs. Whether she can find a man who is willing to commit to, only time will tell.
It's a sad thing, right? At that age, finding a good man close to your age that's willing to deal with your misery, your baggage, your craziness is very unlikely nowadays, especially with men being the way they are. They've walked away. They don't want to deal with 30-year-olds if they're doing well in their 30s. They can deal with 20-year-olds. They qualify. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.